Hey guys, it's Honored One. In today's video, I'm going to be making my first what if video, and it's going to be what if Izuku Midoriya was an sorry. What if Izuku Midoriya had a fire quirk? I want to keep on making stuff like this, so like, subscribe. Anyway, let's get into it. I want to start this off with, I'm just gonna start this off with Zuko being born. Nothing special at his birth. Bakugo would get his quirk before Zuko. I'd say maybe I want Bakugo to get his quirk at the age of 3. And he couldn't get it checked out, but he just know it would be explosions. And there would come some bullying for Izuku, because when Izuku reaches the age of 4, no quirk. 5, no quirk. 6, no quirk. 7, no quirk. 8, no quirk still. This is where I want the bullying to come in. Izuku would start to get bullied, but Izuku actually does have a quirk. He actually does. And he awakens it today, on this day. So the bullying would get so bad, Buck would be like, you're okay, quirkless Izuku. What could you do? What could you do to protect this kid? And Buck and his Deku would be like, I'll beat you. I'll beat you up, Kachan, if you hurt him. And Buck would be like, sure. Whatever you say, Deku. Deku would get scared for a second, and Baku running in to explode the guy to Kingdom Come. Deku would just, there are flames that would just activate off Deku's body. By the way, this isn't like Dobby's, so it's not these flames will not hurt him in any way, shape, or form. It won't hurt him. It's gonna be like Endeavor kind of. It's not gonna burn him. Well, did Endeavor get burned as a child? No, I don't think so. I don't think he's ever gotten burned with his quirk. But yeah, it wouldn't hurt him. Izuku would realize this and be like, whoa, I actually have a quirk! I didn't know! Baku would be like, you had a quirk all this time? And you didn't tell me? You, Deku! I'm gonna you! I don't know what Baku was saying in that moment. Baku would just be flabbergasted, right? And Baku would be like, I'll explode you to Kingdom Come, Deku! And it could be like, ah! And accidentally shoot the most biggest flame of fire. I'm talking, this is like Flash Fire Fist. Like, this is stronger than Prominence Burn. How hot this was. Well, it has the potential to be stronger than Prominence Burn. It's not right now trying to Prominence Burn. It's like, you know when Todoroki activates flames in Sports Festival? It's like that. It's like that type of temperature. Yeah, when Izuku does this, he'll be like, the flames would stop and be like, Bakugo, I'm so sorry. Bakugo would like have, like he wouldn't have that bad of burns. Like the burns would hurt, yeah, but he'd be fine. He'd be like fine. Yeah, he'd be fine. Bakugo would be like, get off me, you Deku, hiding your quirk all this time. And they would be like, but I didn't know I had one. I just awakened it. I wasn't able to control it. But like, you're still gonna be useless, Deku. I unlocked my quirk before you. I have more experience than you, Deku. And this is when Deku realizes that Bakugo is not a friend. Because Deku all this time will be thinking, if I unlock my quirk, then maybe Bakugo can like me and I won't be bullied. But that idea just goes thrown out the window. That reality, gone. Incinerated. Exploded into pieces. If you know what I mean. Got just shattered into pieces. Like, can't you get that reference. But yeah. So basically, yeah. That would happen. That would end up happening, and Izuku and Bakugo's relationship, it was already bad before, but now it's like it's no longer one-sided where one likes the other and the other one hates the other. It's now they both hate each other. And we jump to where Izuku's in middle school, right? It will be that day where Izuku would just be like, Izuku has the flame mastery of like Todoroki season 3, I wanna say. Yeah, the flame mastery of like Todoroki at the forest training camp arc. Yeah, that one. You have the mastery of that. And you might say, aren't you leveling up Izuku a bit too quickly? My video. You clicked on it because you want reaction. My video, not you. I'm just kidding. But yeah. So that would happen. Wait, where was I on again? Right. Yeah, it would be that one day where when Bakugo and Kanon said, "Hey, might be better if you jump off a roof, Izuku." Quirkless. It will be that day, and Baku will be like, "I heard you wanna." I mean, the teacher will be like, "It's time to where you sign time where you sign papers to where you want to be when you're an adult and just looking for a job." And the teacher everyone will be like, "Ugh." But then the teacher will be like, "But I know you all want to be heroes." That would happen. And Baku would be like, I'm gonna be a hero, teach. And the teacher would be like, "Oh yes, Bakugo, you want to go to the hero course on UA, right?" And he would be like, No, kid, teach. And then he'd be like, "Izuku, I hear you also want to go there." And then everyone would turn because there would only be 4 people under Izuku that saw that. Bakugo, 2 of his goons, and that kid Deku was protecting. That saw those flames. No one else saw it. And when Izuku told people, no one believed it. Because, Izuku already had a bad reputation before that, so no one believed him after that. Still, no one believed him, especially after that. Because that was a lie. It'd be like, you being a hero, Deku? You're quirkless. And Bakugo would still want to say that Deku's quirkless because he doesn't want to reveal that Deku has a quirk and he beat me up when he was like 8, right? And yeah, so that would happen. That reaction would happen from all the kids. And Deku would be like, "But I could be the first quirkless kid in UA." He would say this. He's already tried to have people believe that he has a quirk. No one ever did. Because he had a bad reputation before that, so no one ever did. Like no one's ever done. No one's ever believed him. So he's just gonna pass off that he's quirkless now, and be like, "I could be the first quirkless hero." About go like, "If you dare even think about getting in this entrance exam, I'll blow you into spin." And the teacher will be like, Bakugo, calm down now." Be like, "Calm it down now." And I still see Bakugo saying like, "You might as well just skydive off a building," like he does in canon. I don't think Deku would be taking notes, so no book would fly. We would skip to I can't think. We'd skip to Izuku being in this like under a bridge or alleyway. I forget, was he under a bridge? It looked like he was under a bridge, but he might be in an alleyway. I don't know. But he looked like he was under a bridge. We cut to Izuku being under a bridge, just taking a shortcut to go home, right? He would have been annoyed. He wouldn't be sad, but he would be annoyed after all the people at school today. Like, he would look at himself and just realize, I'm just glad I'm not actually quirkless, but he would think about how actual quirkless people must feel. Because he felt that for a bit. Not like he hasn't felt that before. He's felt it. He's felt trying to awaken his quirk, doing anything he possibly can to awaken it. But nothing. Just nothing. Nothing would work. And then you start to accept that you're quirkless. So He's felt it before, and he's just glad he actually has a quirk. Yeah, I'm sick, by the way. I'm just trying to get by and do this video because I've been sick for a minute, and I've been trying to give y'all a video. But yeah, so that would happen, and after that, I'd say like the sludge villain would appear, be like, "Give me your body, kid," and Zuko would be like, "Ugh, I hate villains in this society," and he would start burning the sludge villain, and I mean burning. Yes, he can control the temperature on what he wants it to. He would control it to a point where it won't kill him, but it will burn the sludge. And it could be like, "Please, kid, I'm sorry. What the hell? Stop!" All May would come out of the cover and be like, "I am here," but sludge won't be on the ground, just practically crying, be like, "Kid, don't do it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll go away." Then All May will be like, "Oh, whoa. What has happened here?" And he would see, like, the villain just on the ground. Like, he would just see the villain on the ground, sludge villain on the ground. He would see the kid and be like, "Kid, did you just use your quirk?" And Zuko would be like, "He just tried to attack me, All Might." And then he'd walk away. Yes, Izuku is a fanboy. Well, he was a fanboy at 8 years old. But after that day, kind of started hating superhero society, and Bakugo was the reason for that. Like, you have so much of a powerful quirk, but then like you use it for like some use it for evil and some just bully quirkless people out of society. So you kind of hate the superhuman society in a sense, like not hate it because he still got a quirk. Like, he doesn't hate it, but it's not his biggest fan. Like he's not the biggest fan of it. Like, he's not the biggest fan of it. So it would practically, yeah, he's not the biggest fan of it. And he would just walk away from All Might, and All Might would realize the kid knew who I was and didn't want an autograph. And yeah, he would realize that this kid knew my name and didn't want an autograph. That's weird. That's weird out of that young man. Yeah, he would say that and just kept on some villain. Zuko, and this time, since he's not a fanboy, he wouldn't know All Might's secret, which leads All Might to get away with the bottle of sludge villain. And we just kept that arc entirely. No Dagoma Beach arc. One for All goes to Mirio. And we would go on to the, I don't think I'm missing an arc, right? Yeah, I'm not. We would go to the UI entrance exam, right? Izuku still being the nerd he kind of is. He would wash that, he would wash the IQ base of the exam. Like, he would just solo it. We would get to the, we got to the practical part where it's the robot portion, and there's no Ida incident. There's no point where he has to bicker with Ida, because Izuku's not that type. He's not an extrovert, so he's not gonna try to comfort somebody. He's not that type of person. He's not that type of empathetic person. He's empathetic, but not like that. Like, he gives, like, Tokiyami vibes. Like, Tokiyami and Todoroki vibes, if you know what I mean. He gives, like, those type of vibes. He does, like, that type of vibe. And, yeah, so we don't have that encounter. Also, we don't have that Uraraka encounter. Yeah, we don't have a lot of encounters because, one, Izuku's not clumsy in this timeline. And this other encounter, but Izuku would be trying to make his way to the front. Actually, yeah, there would be an Ida incident. Because Izuku keeps trying to make his way to the front so he can have the best advantage of winning. And Ida would be like, "Are you trying to instruct that young girl? Focus on your exam." And Izuku would be like, "Buzz off, Four Eyes." which I do think that Izuku would have some anger inside him that he just wanted to burn on somebody, so he used it on a stranger. Like, oh, how dare you talk to maybe one of your new UA classmates? And he's like, I don't know if you're gonna go to UA. You may be good in IQ, but are you good in strength? And he would just walk to the front. Now, because that Ida said that, he will go comfort the girl. He will do that. He will do it now. Because just to rub it in Ida's face. Just to rub it in. And after that, President Mike would be like, there's no time limit in the battle. Go, go, go! Everyone would go. Izuku, he would like, you know how Iron Man like propulses with his like his thrusters. That's what with his thrusters out of his hands and feet. That's what Izuku would do. Just start flying with fire, and he would take out two of his arms and just start blasting 3-pointer and 2-pointer and another 3-pointer and a second and a 2-pointer and then a 1-pointer and then a 3-pointer. Just taking all the pointers in the at the start of the exam and be like, hey, leave some for us. Izuku not responding for that. And we skip to where the 0-pointer spawns, right? He would hear Uraraka scream, and since he did make kind of a connection with her, he didn't. Otherwise, there would have been a chance where he just let that person go, which would be Uraraka. If he didn't meet Ida, probably. Yeah, I see that happening. And yeah, I would see that happening. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is my first time doing what I've watched a lot of other videos. Chill on me. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, this would happen, so he would save Uraraka a different way than canon. Not instead of fighting the 0-pointer, he would just sweep Uraraka under the debris. Bring Uraraka to Recovery Girl. The 0-pointer would keep on rampaging since Nezu would want to see if any of these people would risk to save it. Izuku, realizing that no one was going to take care of it, said, "Oh, you want something right? Do it yourself." And he would do it himself. He would burn the head of the 0-pointer off, clean off. He just incinerates the thing. With no effort. And this is when President Mike would say, the entrance exam is now over. Please meet your way to the gate to exit. Your points will be delivered in mail. And Izuku would know that I say Izuku gets higher than Bakugo. Bakugo seeing this in his mail would be like, no, this damn Deku got ahead of me. Have I really been lacking that much? In the original, Bakugo would still think he's stronger than Izuku, so I don't see him training extra. So he would end up learning. So he wouldn't end up moves like AP shot or anything like that. He wouldn't learn those. Anyway, moving on, we would go to the we would go to the first day of UA, right? We'd be at the first day of UA, and first day of UA, Deku would walk into the classroom. He would end up seeing Uraraka because he would get there a little, not that much late, but a tad bit, just a skinny bit, a slither bit later than her. Uraraka would be like, oh, you're that boy saved me. Thanks, by the way. And you could say, you're welcome. Now, I see our teacher in that sleeping bag. So, everyone, shh, quiet down. Everyone would end up quieting down. Aizawa would get out his sleeping bag. He'd be like, it took one kid to quiet you all down. Wow, this class is going to be a nightmare. Anyway, put these on, meet me outside. Uraraka would be like, what about orientation? And as I would say, we have only a few months to mold you into perfect heroes. So I say, and I am allowed to run the class I want to run. This is the class I chose. I am allowed to run it how I feel. So whatever he thinks, and everyone would be like, okay. And then they would put the things on and meet him outside. Yeah, they would do that. And as I would give the ball to Deku, like, hey, so how I want this practical exams run. Izuku, you're the one who got first in the entrance exam. Use your quirk on this ball. And Izuku would say, you sure you want me to use it on it? And as I would say, why would I not be sure? Which would just Izuku end up using it on the ball, kind of just making it like at meteorite speed, like small meteor debris speed. You know what I mean? Just make like small meteorite speed. Yeah, it would be like something like that, right? And it would be like 1,000 meters, and Buck would be like, "What? How? I'll blow a score out the water." And we'll be like, whoa, we get to use our quirks. This will be so fun. And as I would be like, whoever places in the last gets expelled. And we'll be like, everyone's shutting up after that and actually locking the fucking. Everyone's locking after that. And in 15-meter dash, you kind of just, like, I want to actually tell you how fast Izuku is. You know how Todoroki would slide in his ice like season 5 or 4? Yeah, Izuku would be faster than that with his flight propulsion. He also be faster than Bakugo's thing that he does. He'll be faster than that too. He'd be better than the 3 of them altogether. Better than them, at the time of this timeline. So, moving on. So he would win the 50-meter dash, barely losing to Ida. The only reason why Ida won is because he has speed quirk. I think it's meant for speed and straight lines. Otherwise, Izuku would have soloed. Crap. Yeah, Izuku would have soloed. Yeah, he would solo. He would have soloed that without Ida being in the way. Like, he would be like 1 second in front of the man. Like, just 1 second in front of Izuku. Like, 1 second! That's it! 1 second. Anyway, yeah, so he would come second in the 50-meter yard dash. He would get second in ball throw because of Uraraka's infinity. And side-to-side steps, I see him, like, propelling to right, propelling to left. Getting faster than he probably would in the original with his fire quirk. Mina's still beating him, so I'd see him. We don't know what everyone else got, so I'll just say second. Push-ups and sit-ups. Don't think that this Izuku's fat or anything. So he'll get like a medium score in that. I don't know. Maybe he'll get like 15th and 16th on those. Maybe 14th and 13th, just because like he's not like, he has strength. He has physical strength. Like he doesn't really lack in physical strength at all. Like he's fine on that department. Yeah, and then the final ranking will be. All right, and durability. Forgot about that one. Durability. Izuku can't really make like constructs with his fire, so he would kind of just have to rely on his natural durability. And to be honest, his natural durability is like it's strong. It's beefy. It's tanky, bro. It's not as tanky. Like I think like Aizawa after a few punches could, like after like 5 punches can handle that. Can just shatter that durability. Yeah, but yeah, that would happen. And Izuku would rank second, Bakugo third, Todoroki fourth. Oh, I forgot who's first. Yajirozu. Only because she doesn't do good in the ball throw. She doesn't. Why does Yajirozu get first in the original? Why does she get first? Maybe she doesn't. I don't know. I'm pretty sure she does. I haven't watched that in a while. I haven't watched that season 1 in a while. But anyway, sorry, I got off track. Yeah. I think Izuku would get first. It's because like his quirk was made for all of those except for like durability, push-ups and sit-ups. Otherwise his quirk was made for that. his thing was made for that, and it's not like he got bad scores on the other three either. Like he had good scores. He would have almost gotten the best if it weren't for I forgot her name. Oh, it's on the top of my finger. I'll go on the other ones. He would have gone first if it wasn't for Soji, Kirishima, obviously, and Yaoyorozu. And for Yaoyorozu. If it wasn't for them, he would have gone first. But moving on, Baku would be like, Deku! You hide your quirk from me, then you use your quirk and beat me. You'll die. Aizawa would tie Baku up, revealing that he's pro hero Razorhead, and we would move on from that day. The next day it would be heroes versus villains training arc. Yeah, it would be that arc. Yeah. Why am I stuttering so much? Bro, I'm just nervous. I haven't done a what if before. Yeah, it would be that arc, and who do I want Izuku to be with? Wait, I forgot. What would Izuku's costume be? Izuku's costume, I don't know. What will be thumbnail? I'll just figure a way to put it put it in a way a thumbnail. Like maybe just find a way to put it in a thumbnail. But yeah. I'll make a way for like a thumbnail of that. Anyway, yeah, so he would be paired up with Chocolate Uraka. Yeah, I still want that to happen. Actually, no. Sorry. Uraka and Tokiyama are gonna get flip-flopped. Why am I doing this? Because I want like a Diane. I want Tokiyama to suffer, okay? I have no beef towards Tokiyama. I just feel like it'll be really funny if those two are on the same team and Tokiyama's quirk is weak to light, which is fire. And his opponents will still be Bakugo and Ida because I don't feel like changing them too. Yeah, opponents will be Bakugo and Ida. And Baku will be like, oh, I get to go against quirkless Zoop. Okay, wait, I gotta go ahead. I'm gonna shut up. But anyway. Yeah, so, wait, do I want, yeah, Izuku's heroes, Baku and Ida are villains. And, yeah, that's it. Yeah, so, Izuku and Tokiyama would walk into the building, and Baku would be like, I found you, you damn Deku! And he would try to explode Izuku, but he would sidestep it, and then smack his back, and Baku would just get slammed to the ground. Tokiyama using Dark Shadow, slamming him even deeper. The tag team was crazy. Like, Izuku slammed him to the ground, and Tokiyama buried him. Baku would come back up saying, you damn bastard! Pushing Tokiyama to the side. It wouldn't do that much. Like, that was an explosion meant to take him out. He was saving his energy for Izuku. That was meant just to blow Tokiyama back, so he could have a fair fight with Izuku. Yeah, so, and then Izuku was like, why didn't you just give up, Bakugo? You're annoying, you know that? And Bakugo was like, don't you dare call me annoying, damn Deku! And Bakugo would pull a pin. He'll be like, get burned. Alma would be like, young Bakugo, don't! He'll be okay if he dodges. And Izuku seeing this fiery explosion, being like, is this man stupid? Or does he not think I can't absorb this? Izuku absorbed it into his body. What does he do after that? He just retaliates it. He absorbs it all, puts it all in his hand, and fires with Bakugo's explosions and his fire, which is the strength of which is now like the strength of Prominence Burn. Like, this will be the strength of prominence burn, which will absolutely put Bakugo out of commission. I think Tokiyami would have already made his way to Ida, and after that, Hero Team wins because Bakugo. He wouldn't even need to do anything, because one, he doesn't even know Tokiyami's weakness. Like, he knew Uraraka's weakness, but not Tokiyami's. So he could literally, like, Tokiyami would literally, in my opinion. Well, actually, there's a lot of lights in that room. So actually, no, it wouldn't win yet. Like, they wouldn't win yet because there's a lot of lights in that room, and then Dark Shadow would be immobile. At that point, he'd be immobile. And then Tokiyami seeing this, being like, I gotta break all these lights. Yeah. Tokiyami be like, I gotta break all these lights before I go insane. I gotta lose all these lights so Dark Shadow will be stronger. Zuko saying, hey, that's not necessary when I can just burn this man to a crisp. And Tokiyami be like, okay, take it away. And then Io will be like, okay, now I assume that you've beaten my partner, heroes, but you won't take this So, Ida would have blinked, right? Zuko flew, grabbed the bomb, flew it back over to Tokiyami and them. And Ida would be like, I blinked for only 4 seconds. How in earth? And I said, I told you, you only beat me by a second because your thing is meant for speed. Don't think I'm not slow. Hero Team wins! And we'll be like, and the MVP would obviously be Zuko. And this is where Tokiyami... Actually, no, I don't want that to happen. I was going to say, like, Tokiyami would say, well, it's not anything I can really do when Bakugo has something that quirk emits light. Dark Shadow, you, like, weak to light. There was a lot of light in Ida's bomb room placement. But no, he wouldn't say that because he would still save that for, like, the sports festival. To say anything about that to whatever team he'll be on. Anyway, after that, I want to go to, what do I want to do now? Wait, what is next? I forget. No, it's the USJ. Wait, bus ride first. So, the bus ride, on the bus ride, see, like, everyone will be like, who's the strongest in our class? And it'd be between 2 people. Todoroki and Deku. Like, Bakugo's 3rd and Tokiyami's 4th. They already made their rating for that. They already put them in a rating. Just based off the hero versus villains training. Like, they already put them in a rating. And while they're doing that, it will be like, fucking be like, you think it's them? You think it's them two that'll be in first? It's obviously me. And the only reason why I lost is because Zuko can just absorb my attacks. And be like, technically, doesn't that make you weaker? Shut up, damn it! I just see Bakugo doing something stupid like that just so he can't admit defeat to Izuku. And to be honest, season 1, even if Todoroki uses flames, Izuku still solos him. One reason. What is ice gonna do to Izuku? Izuku will just fly in the air, so you can't freeze him from the ground. Shooting iceberg, burn. And, like, these iceberg aren't, like, these icebergs, they may be a solid, but they're not solid. Like, it's not going to be that much of an effectiveness. So, just burn. So, Izuku's stronger. Because even if Todoroki does use his flame, what's that gonna do? It's gonna be like, Zorb, push it out with his power added onto it, which is good. Going to make Todoroki burn into a crisp. Like, literally, just a crisp. And after that, after me explaining that, let's get back into the story. Everyone would say the clear winner is Izuku. Well, Suyu would say that, and we would be like, but Todoroki has 2 quirks. Suyu would say, well, 2 quirks may be powerful, but how can you say it's powerful when somebody can counter both of those? Azuki can burn the icebergs, and he can just absorb Todoroki's fire. So, Todoroki's weaker. He's in second, Azuki's first. Ribbit. And it would be like, wow. I actually didn't see it like that. I forgot Azuki can absorb. And yeah. We'll go to the USJ 13 gives her speech, and then there'll be a portal in the middle and be like, wow, y'all got fake villains just for us? Like, these aren't fake villains. 13, protect the kids. It'd be too late because Corgi was already behind them saying, sorry to crush the party, heroes, but we weren't invited. And would end up teleporting everyone. Well, except for Izuku, because Izuku would start flying up in the air and sort of... Actually, no, he would still get teleported. Warped, because Corgi would just make one of its portals start above Izuku and just slide down. Izuku wouldn't realize and would get flopped into the portal. He'd be underwater, which is the worst case scenario for Izuku. The worst one right now. Izuku's weakness is water. Thankfully, no character in the series has water. Thankfully, no character's quirk is water, except for Koda. But he's a kid, and Izuku doesn't have to go against him. Happy. Anyway, but yeah, he'd be underwater, and Izuku's not a slacker when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. So he could probably beat up 2 of these villains before dying, but doesn't even need to do that because Su just brings them out. And so he'd be like, how are we gonna get out this one? Izuku says, you forgot I can fly, and just carries Su and Minota to land. The villains would try to follow, but Minota would be like, Minota would just throw sticky balls into the water, all of them getting caught on it. And Izuku would also boil the water a bit, like hot temperatures, to where they were going. So if they tried to follow, they would get put in hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter water, to a point where it would start burning their skin like a sunburn. And yeah. So yeah, now after that, really what would happen after that is they would watch Aizawa's fight, right? Shigoro would be like, not fair. No, Korigiri. Teleport the Nomu to Aizawa. And Nomu, when you teleport to Aizawa, kill him. And then, which Nomu proceeds to do. Bro starts to give Aizawa a BTA sandwich. Yeah, he would start to give him a BTA sandwich. And Izuku would see this and be like, oh, heck, no. And I can't just let my homeroom teacher die. Blitzes off towards the Nomu and starts burning it, right? And he realizes the regeneration. And he says, okay. He punches it with like a fire fist from his hand. And realizes this thing just has shock absorption as well. Shiraki confirming this. And Izuku realizing and asking Shigaraki, is this thing human? And then Joy says, no, it's not human. The Nomu was meant to kill All Might. So even if I do tell you all of its quirks and that it's not human, what are you gonna do, kid? And Izuku says, well, you should have said that. He flies on top of the Nomu's head and just incinerates the thing. Like, just plain out incinerates the thing. Just incinerates the thing. And to make good measure, he burns the rest of the body, too. Sure gotta be like, what? That thing was meant to be All Might. Korigiri, get us out of here, now! Which Korigiri does proceed to do, Izuku not being able to stop him. And that's where I'm gonna end this part. I'll pick up back at the USJ arc. And yeah. Anyway, I went out. Peace.